eRacing Championship presented by the Mumbai Falcons from the great Charlotte Motor Speedway. With only 2 more rounds to go, we're in the final stretches of the championship with still a lot of excitement left to deal out. While Ibrahim has started to run a little bit away with the championship, the fight for second place couldn't be more exciting. Talking about excitement, there's also something for you on the line today as the Indian eRacing Championship is running a giveaway today. Just answer 3 simple questions correctly and the prize shall be yours. These 3 questions will be dropped throughout this broadcast today by me, so stay tuned and good luck. The voice currently speaking to you from the press box up high, Stefan Schlacher, turning ups and pushing buttons behind the scenes, is our lovely director, Saraf Panchpachai. As already mentioned, this championship that you're seeing here today is brought to you by the Mumbai Falcons Racing Limited, which is an Indian brand passionate about promoting motorsport in India. The Mumbai Falcons are undertaking several initiatives to innovate and positively impact the intern motorsports ecosystem and its related facilities. Their overall vision is to develop supporting projects which impact motorsport and next generation automotive development. This series is also sponsored by the Volkswagen Motorsport, which has launched the highly successful Polo Cup in 2010, and thus marking their entrance into Indian motorsport scene. The aim was to provide a platform for young drivers to begin their professional racing career and display their skills on a national level. Since then, they have produced many race drivers who have progressed to race internationally. So with that, a big thanks to the Mumbai Falcons and Volkswagen Motorsport for their continued support. In the background, as you can see, already 6 minutes and 30 seconds still remaining in qualifying here today for the race number 13 of this championship. Right now in first place we are having Muhammad Ibrahim, who is also in first place in the championship standings, and he has set the pace once again, nearly 2 seconds ahead of Sai Prithvi in second place, and Ujjwal Belvariar is in third place, just 2/10 behind Sai, so very close battle there also between those two in the qualifying right now, as Chiraj is coming over the line and puts himself into second place. 1 minute 09.007 has done the job for Raghav. Speaking about him, also a quick look into the championships going into this race. Muhammad Ibrahim, as already said, he's sitting in first place. 473 points is his total that he's sitting on, with Kuti and Prithvi in a very close battle there for second place. There's only 12 points between them, but already nearly 100 points back on Ibrahim, with Kuti Singh at 382. Niraja Kumar is sitting in third place, already also quite a bit behind Prithvi. There's nearly a 50-point gap between third and fourth. And Raghav, who we have just seen a few moments ago cross the start-finish line to put himself in second place, sitting another 60 points behind in 5th place. So while it is a little bit stretched out there in the top 5, still we have that very close fight between Kuti and Prithvi, who I think are both in the session today. Yes, and they are. Prithvi, as already mentioned, 3rd place, and Kuti not have produced a lap thus far. There's Prithvi on your screens. 3rd place, last lap did count, still 4 minutes 30 remaining. So these guys do still have time to put in their fast laps and throw their name into the hat of the draw for first place. Ibrahim coming over the line right now as well. And that one was once again faster, a 6.442 for him now. So once again advancing that gap to second place to about 2 seconds. Belvadiar comes over the line into 4th place. First driver into the 109s. About 5/10 behind Somerville in 4th place. Going into the very interesting section now. It is the infield here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Obviously very nicely redesigned for the 2000 and I think it was 18 Bank of America Roval 400 event here. As he now enters onto NASCAR turns 1 and 2, it's flat out here all the way. I think even the chicane is flat out for these Formula 3 cars. As Cutty now himself entering into the infield with about 3 minutes 15 to go. As we ride on board with Amit Cutty, a little bit of understeer there through the exit of the infield. We're gonna step aside for just a few moments for a little bit of an advertisement break. Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway at the top of the standings. Nothing has changed in these 30 seconds as Somerville hard into the wall at the heartburn turn. Most definitely experiencing a little bit of heartburn after that crash. Sanjay is sitting in second place. He was quite well placed there with his lap first attempt right away into second place, which is also a lap that was 2/10 faster than his practice lap, so good job by Sai to get himself into that position. About 6/10 clear of third place, which is Sai Prithvi, but obviously still about 8/10 away from Ibrahim. A tough order to get that deficit back, but you never know what you're gonna see from them. There we were able quickly to see Ibrahim, who just crashed out of the infield, so he's not going to be able to put in a fast lap for now, and I also think that he's not going to be able to do at all anymore, as we are just 1 minute away from the end of qualifying. 1 minute away from the end of qualifying is also a good point to ask you the very first question of our giveaway for today. And the first question for today shall be: in which year did Volkswagen India start their motorsport division in the Indian country? Quite the tough question there, but I'm very sure that a lot of you guys most definitely do know the answer to that. Obviously nowadays Volkswagen Motorsport's deeply connected into the roots of Indian motorsport, having done a very great job to bring up quite a lot of talents since 2010. As we see Sai Prithvi going over the line once again, and that was not quite a fast lap, pretty much did match his third place lap. Was a 7.646 versus a 7.641 that has got him into third place. Belvaria coming up to the backstretch chicane, obviously with this Formula 3 car flat out, as we're able to see there, goes on to the apron, which is allowed here by this league and also by eRacing. Goes even more down. That's an interesting line. Let's see if it does help him to get away from that 6th place. Right now it's only a few hundredths of a second back to 5th place, and he was not able to improve. 2/10 slower than his fastest lap thus far. And that seems to be all that she wrote for qualifying, so once again we're just gonna step away for a quick moment for an advertisement. Welcome back to Charlotte Motor Speedway, or our race director is giving a little bit of a speech to our drivers, making sure that everybody is aware of the cold tires going into a hard burn turn. Let's run it down the starting order for today. Muhammad Ibrahim, he was able to defend his first place ahead of Sai Sanchai. About 8/10 between those two, as Sai Prithvi and Ryan Somerville will be lining up in the second row. Raghav Buchira is in 5th, with Ujjwal Belvadia in 6th, Amit Kudi 7th, Sohail Shah in 8th, Karan Kaushik in 9th place. Running out your top 10 is Oshan Kotadia, with Divyang Dodia in 11th place, and last car to put in a qualifying lap. 12th place went to Vicharaj, with Rohit Raut 13th, Banu Tea in 14th, and Swaraj Yadav 15th place, as the engines are harmonizing for the start of this race, it seems. Or maybe just a lot of people were revving their engines, as we are still standing. As we're most definitely missing one more driver there, just to right off your screen. Looking back from the number 9 of Sanchai, we are missing Butiracha, apparently 5th place in the qualifying, taking a very long time to jump onto the grid. Hopefully he doesn't miss the green flag, as we're still waiting on him. Also seems like we're waiting for Tea, but he is not going to join us today, as the engines are now harmonizing for the green flag drop, apparently. And there she is out, and it's a great start for Ibrahim. There was a little bit of a bog down from Somerville in behind, who's losing already 2 positions, nearly 3 into hard burn turn. That's nearly also a 4th place loss for him, so a very bad start. But at the front, it's smooth sailing for Ibrahim through turns 1 and 2, as they now enter turn 3, the double right-hand complex at this track. And Sai Prithvi and Sai Sanjay are now on the big hunt of first place. Also seems like no troubles whatsoever in the back of the field, so everybody's still running in the right direction. Few cars staying up high, few cars going down. One of those few cars is Sai Prithvi, who is taking the apron around the track. Obviously it has to join once again here. Let's see, anybody having some problems through the chicane? No, everybody was able to maneuver that one for the first time on cold tires very nicely. So still, all 14 drivers are running with us. Little bit of a challenge in behind in the back there. Oh, nearly! That was contact between Shah and Kotadia, but everybody was able to avoid each other, and Vichara says thank you very much. So that is my position up to 9th place now for him. Dodia up ahead makes quite a mistake through turn 3 rather, loses now the back end of the fight for 5th place. Finds himself now in a little bit of a hole there, 1.5 seconds back on Somerville, who's trying to go to the left side here of Kaushik. So a good start for Kaushik, up 3 positions already from the start, as we're looking at Sanjay. Still in 2nd place, there's the battle that I was talking about. Kaushik on the high side. Down low, that was Somerville. Somerville does do the smart move, pulls out again off that move, and maybe tries to set something up for the chicane. Riding on board with Kaushik, and now we're on board with Somerville. The teal and black livery on his car. He's not going to be able to do something. Oh, that's a bad mistake though by Kaushik. He gets hit and nearly collected by Vicharge. Good avoidance there by Viswas. And with that, he also gains 2 positions now, from 12th place up to 6th in just 3 minutes time. So a little bit of a mistake from Kaushik that led to the bump from Somerville. Looks like Somerville really didn't really put up any damage there to his front wing, so lucky break for Raiden, as now Visvas was making a mistake there through the infield and has lost again his 6th place to Somerville. But yeah, this all could have ended so much worse for everybody involved. And I think even Kaushik was able to not pick up any damage as Visvas has a bad mistake through the chicane. He spins out back onto the track, and that's a massive crash. That's Shah involved, and the car that was being flung up into the air. Once Vaj Yaraf there, you have once again the replay of that crash, and look at that, just not really holding his brakes too much, still slides back. There's the Carlos on the high side, and look at that. There was a somersault barrel through the air for poor now I lost the name. I think it was Visvas, as Rohit Raut now makes a bad mistake into Heartburn turn, nearly touches the wall as well, and also gets overtaken by Raghav Buchiraj. But all in all, this really didn't affect anybody up front. Ibrahim still in first place, slowly streaking away from Sai Sanjay, who is still sitting in 2nd place, about 1.5 seconds back. 3rd place, Prithvi, and then 4th place, already quite some ways back, Belvadiar. 5th place, Raiden Somerville, right now about, 4 or 5 seconds back on 5th place, but also very comfortable ahead of the drivers in behind. And there we have a battle for position. Kotalia makes the move into the chicane. Oh, that was a bad bump for Kaushik in behind, but he was able to keep it all together. There we have again the replay of that perfect move. Kaushik compromised on entry, somehow was able to keep that car together. Look at the bounces off the wheel. Very nicely held by Karan, who finds himself now in 8th place going into turn 1 for Reddy, the 5th time today. Mohamed Ibrahim already traversing once again the backstretch chicane. Still only about 2 seconds ahead of Sanchai, who now has a lap car right in front of him. So that does most definitely help him with a little bit of draft here down into the last corners. That was a wall touch. I hope he didn't get any damage from that. That could have been costly. Prithvi not too far behind him. So we'll have to see if Sai actually did get a little bit of damage from that. Bavaria still continues, about 6.5 seconds. That's Cortadia around at the backstretch chicane. Another incident right there. What did happen? All right, over the turtles. That's what a Formula 3 car does not like. Was able to avoid the inside wall. Was he also able to avoid the outside wall? That's a big no. Who is it? Car looks fine. Maybe not. Maybe he touched it ever so slightly because he is coming into pit lane. Sai Sanchai. Oh, that's a bad mistake. Another one claimed by the chicane. Sanchai pushing too hard, trying to defend off Prithvi. And that is another car claimed by the backstretch chicane. Just too much speed in. Slight touch to the turtles. And the turtles most definitely did a bit of their good share of car. I think that is now about half of the field that has already seen the bad end of the chicane. But hopefully you guys out there can do better than these guys can do in their chicane with our little giveaway today. Because here now comes the second question, and really, pretty much everybody should know the answer to that. Because at which circuit did Lewis Hamilton win his 91st Formula 1 race? pretty sure everybody watching here today knows the answer to that question. As I mentioned, that was our second question of today, so just one more to go for our giveaway. As we are already pretty much 10 minutes in, 8 minutes into this race. Side Prithvi crossing once again the start-finish line to start his 8th lap. Sanjay, our former second place, now gets lapped by Prithvi as he did exit the pit lane. Still with that bad mistake, yes, he is a lap down, but still in 9th place. So not too bad goings for Sanjay. Still could make a lot of ground up, because these guys still have to traverse the backstretch chicane for another 8 or so times. And who says that other drivers can't make mistakes as well? There we have now 3rd place driver in the screen, Belvaria, still very nicely taking no risks whatsoever, as we have in the background, I think that was even a pass there, no, that was just a lapping maneuver. Katadia got lapped by Somerville. Our 4th place driver there, we have Katadia on the screen. Yadav just behind, 14th place. I think they're actually on the same lap, Katadia and Yadav. Oh, Katadia, bad mistake into the last chicane. He loses the car, touches the wall as well. That is a damaged front wing. He has the space to turn his car around. There we have the replay, and just on turn in, a little bit too much braking. Loses the car, can't avoid the outside wall. Slight notch to it. But he continues on his way now in 13th place. And I can confirm Yadav was not for position for him, as he is still a lap behind. There we have our still 1st place Ibrahim on screen. And now we're going back to the battle for 12th place. I just wanted to mention that as well. I can't pronounce that name. Sohail Shah, there we go. Right now defending off 11th place against Amit Kudi, who had a reasonably good start, but sadly was collected by that bad crash on the back chicane. And there was another crash in the back chicane. That is Belvaria, our 3rd place driver. He has lost a tire. This car is a mess. He will have to also take the fast repair. Unlucky break for him. Sadly, we weren't able to find the incident there, but you can pretty much guess what happened. Did collect the turtles, and off she went. There we are once again back to the battle for 11th place. Ibrahim once again making his way through the backstretch chicane. Once again, does it flawlessly. We're still having the battle for the outside of the top 10. By the way, between Kuti and Shah. Kuti was able to get past Shah in that last replay we showed, but Shah is still very close together with Kuti. So we might be able to see there's something happening, as Kuti is pushing extremely hard through the backstretch chicane. Seems like Dodia is being followed by Katadia, but obviously Oshan is a lap behind the number 29, so he's not going to be of any trouble to Dodia. It is also a battle that we have with Chiracha versus Rohit Raut, the number 63, defending 5th place from the 10. Who can do better? Rakov, the 63 rather, still is racing where he started in that 5th place, so smooth sailing also for Rakov. But Rohit Raut, as already mentioned, from 13th up to 6th place, he has gained 7 positions and he wants to make that 8. But we're going to quickly step aside for just a few moments for the driver prediction of Rakov Butiracha.
Hey everyone, this is Raghav. I'm back for the race predictions for this weekend. So we're racing at Charlotte. It's a brand new track for us, and we're trying a new setup, which is interesting. It's been 2 weeks since any of us have raced, so it's going to be a bit rusty. I expect carnage in the race because the track is just so unforgiving, and it's just going to be about keeping on the track. Results wise, I think the usual guys will be at the front who are there, but it's going to be anyone's game because the track is just so challenging. Anything can happen. So keep watching.
Oh, and now also a very bad encounter there for him, as we just saw him talk about his racing. Bachira was able to still defend his 5th place from. So, yeah, nothing really happened there. Luckily for Rakov, Route now did also fall away a little bit back from Rakov. One thing though, I think they were able to get past Dodia, as Dodia is behind them, so I wonder if Dodia actually had a mistake there, and thus we had that issue. Oh yes, Dodia had a crash with a crash car. Oh, that was actually a massive crash there at turn 1. Shah and Kuti, one of the battles that we were able to see earlier, they had a coming together. Dodia was not able to avoid those two cars coming into turn 1, and that is why Dodia is now in pit lane for a missing front wing. So massive implications from a battle that was a lap down that crashed. Dodia wasn't able to avoid that. Rakov says thank you very much, takes over 4th place from that Rohit route, takes over 5th place, now is up 8 positions from his stunning grid, and he's looking now very comfortably inside the top 5, and maybe also a little bit looking at that 4th place from Rakov, who is still not too far away from Rohit. Oh, and that's a mistake from Rakov, he spins out, takes over a position from Rakov, but good thing the 63, only a quick spin, is back rolling again. Just once again a little bit too late on the turn in onto the right-hander through that chicane, does run out of internet juice for just a brief moment. But it seems like his car not too much damage from that, if even at all anything, as he's now in 5th place. Belvaria now not too far behind as well, so even though he had that bad mistake through the backstretch chicane, Belvaria could still be looking at a 5th place in this race, which would be a huge success, if we're honest, with a mistake like that. Side Prithvi is still racing in 2nd place, now about 10 seconds back on Ibrahim, also having a little bit of traffic up ahead of him. 3rd place still Somerville, and having a quick look at the times that Somerville is doing, he is actually faster than Prithvi. Last lap by nearly a full second, so still could be something happening inside the podium. So I wouldn't count these guys as finished yet. You were able to see Roy Trout in 4th place, Rakov still in 5th, but Belvaria is running him down. Last lap also about a second faster for that battle. So 5th place not yet decided, as well as 2nd. 3 laps are left to go, and we're going to take this opportunity real quick to have a driver interview with B. Kevin.
Hi guys, I'm Kavin. I'm from Chennai. I'm doing my final year in Loyola College. And yeah, so I'm 19. My main hobbies is like I game a lot. Like I play professional esports. I used to play professional esports, but now I'm like kind of more interested towards sim racing, and so yeah, I basically focus on that one. Like I'm trying to focus on that one. I just got started like a few months ago.
Very interesting interview there with Kevin, but back to the action. You didn't miss anything. In our two battles, Somerville still continues to hunt down Prithvi. Last lap, the gap was slimmed down by 6/10 for second place, and fifth place rather, also as said, continues to get closer together. Though now we just saw a mistake by Belvaria. So that battle no longer is nothing, as this was another mistake for him, sees him crashed outside of turn 2, where these guys have already passed long ago. And once again, Sanjay getting held up a little bit by traffic, as we now see Viswas in the pit lane. You will also see the extensive damage that his car suffered. Oh, as Sanjay gets overtaken by Shah into the backstretch, chicane, Shah nearly crashes there as well. So once again, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong side, I just realized. Sanjay obviously a lap car. Prithvi is the car that we're wanting to look at. Second place in this race right now, and Somerville is at the back of this fight. But Shah, this also means Shah was in between Prithvi and Somerville, so Prithvi had to let him go as well, which once again made him slower that last lap, though Somerville, just on sheer pace, is the faster of the two. Question remains in the room, though, if Prithvi is able to withstand the pressure. Somerville will most definitely be putting on Sai, as we are already on the final lap. Muhammad Ibrahim already on the backstretch of this track, so only 4 more corners to go for your leader. He was able to very nicely get through the chicane, so only 2 more corners to go. There's a car spun out on the outside of the chicane. He's gonna slow down very nicely, and Ibrahim, your winner of this race here today, race number 13, goes to Ibrahim. But how are we looking for that second place? Looks like it's going to be Sai Prithvi taking home second, with Somerville just close behind. 2/10 was the margin in the very end. Rohit Raut is still ways back on these cars. In 4th place, starting from 13th, but we still have to battle for 5th place. Belvaria was once again able to close in the gap to Butiracha. So who is gonna take home the last place inside the top 5? Will it be the 63 or the 19? The chicane was better from Rakov there, but Belvaria still has the chance to make a late dive maneuver into the last corner. So let's see how that's gonna play out. The green car gonna stick in behind. He's gonna take the 6th place, which means Rakov going to take home the last place inside the top 5. Belvaria also the last car to finish here today. So a good job for him. Now though, we're going to step aside for just a few moments to take a breather after this very exciting race. There you can see the race classification. Ibrahim, a very dominant performance once again by him here today, with Sai Prithvi in 2nd, Raiden Somerville in 3rd. Rohit Raut did finish already a whopping minute behind Ibrahim in 4th. Rakov Botir Rajai in 5th place, with Belvaria just close behind in 6th. And that was already the 6 cars that remained on the lead lap here today, with Sunshine 1 lap down. Very unlucky break for him. being very comfortably in second place, and then a big mistake through the backstretch chicane, like so many other drivers have made here today. Sohail Shah in 8th place, 2 laps down, as well as Yadav. This was Vichayat Raj. There we go. In 10th place, Karan Kaushik. 11th place, Amit Kudi took home 12th place here today. Already 2 laps down, these drivers. With Kotadia 3 laps down in 13th, Dodia in 14th, and not taking part here today was Banu Techa. But yeah, as said, we're going to step aside for just a few moments for me to catch my breath. We will quickly back in just a few moments' time. That's how quick advertisement breaks are here. And with that, we're already going over to the second segment of today, and that is driver interviews. First off, we're going to talk to Muhammad Ibrahim. Muhammad, I hope you have us covered just as well as you had the race here covered. How was it out there at the very tricky Charlotte Motor Speedway?
Yeah, hello guys. Yeah, it was quite tricky out there. The track's quite unforgiving. If you just hit one of the curves or you do a slight mistake, you're in the wall.
Yeah, now obviously this means you're also in pretty much a very good position for the race tomorrow. So what do you expect from tomorrow, which might be just a very different race?
Yeah, it's going to be quite difficult actually because I think we're going to be starting 12. So, and this track brings a lot of crashes. So it's very important to stay out of trouble. Yeah.
Now, obviously, you can pretty much say that you are locked into first place for this championship this season. Were you expecting a result like that going into the season?
I wasn't expecting it to be honest because I did not do the first 2 rounds as well. So to be this far ahead in the championship, not doing the first 2 rounds as well, is quite surprising.
Well, a good surprise is always the best surprise. Muhammad, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us, and yeah, good luck for tomorrow.
Yes, thank you so much. I would like to thank Mumbai Falcons, IR Esports, Mohit Dinodia, and everyone who's been part of this this championship. Has been great, and I would like to thank you, the commentators. See you.
That was Muhammad Ibrahim taking a few more words here to talk to you guys and thank everybody out here making this series happen. Next up, we're talking to Sai Prithvi, who was looking a very long time as a sure place, third place driver, though with the mistake of Sai Sanjay, takes home second place. Sai, that backstretch chicane, we saw a lot of people crash here in this race. How was it out there, and especially how was it to traverse through that chicane?
Yeah, as you mentioned, that chicane is really dangerous. There were a lot of crashes all around me, and when Sai Sanjay crashed, I went over one of his nose cones, I think, and then I got more damage and I had a little bit of straight line speed reduced. So I tried my best to keep it together, and I drove really cautiously at about like 50% of the pace I could manage.
That explains why you then got caught by Raiden there in the end. How was it to defend against Raiden there all the time, especially with, in the latter stages, also having traffic right in front of you?
So Sai Sanjay and Sohail Shah were lapped. I knew they were gonna race hard, so I let them pass. I didn't mind losing 2 seconds in each lap whenever I do that, because I know that it's important to finish this race because there's so many crashes going on all around us. I couldn't take any risks whatsoever. Therefore, I let them pass, and I knew Raiden would catch up to me, but I kept my calm and I knew I had to push only if I had to. And I did it in the last few laps. Thankfully, driving slowly helped me conserve my tires better. So at the ending, I could push a little more than Raiden and hold on to that second place.
So tactics played out very nicely. Now, for tomorrow's race, if I got this correctly in my head, you're going to start in 11th place. Give us an outlook for what you can expect tomorrow.
The first thing you can expect is a safety car, of course. The reverse grid things are going to be really clunky turn 1, and the fast chicane, people are going to try to go side by side, and that's going to cause a lot more chaos. If people can keep calm and maintain a Congo line all the way till the end, I think we should have a pretty clean race. But if people decide to race hard, there's going to be a lot of crashes, and it's all up to us to make sure that we stay safe as much as possible.
Well, the first start of the weekend worked very nicely, so hopefully it's also gonna be working nicely for the second one. Sai, any last words before we let you go? Alright, seems like Sai does not want not want to talk anymore with us, but yeah, Sai, congrats very much for this second place and good luck tomorrow.
Sorry for the disconnection. I have net issues. Thank you. See you.
There we go. So he had a disconnect there, and that's why he didn't want to talk to us. Anyway, Ryden Somerville, the last driver we're going to speak today, as he seems to not wanting to talk to us, as he immediately left our commentary booth again. Ryden Somerville does not want to talk to us, apparently, as he keeps jumping out of our booth. Let's give him a few more moments to talk to us. Or to want to talk to us. Maybe he's not yet ready. Still needs to get his shirt the right way up. Put on his sponsored cap. Let's try one more time here with Ryden Somerville. Ryden, do you have a copy? That seems to be a clear no. Seems like he is having some issues. But yeah, in the meantime, while we let him sort this out real quickly, just a few more words from our sponsors, as this series continues to be sponsored by the Mumbai Falcons, who envisage to build a futuristic hub aided by a racetrack, which will serve as a multi-platform environment for innovative auto-related companies, provide educational excellence in a plethora of related fields, and provide for a wholesome family experience. Not only that, but this series is also sponsored by Volkswagen Motorsport, which launched the highly successful Polo Cup in 2010, and thus marking their entrance into the Indian motorsport scene. The aim was to provide a platform for young drivers to begin with their professional racing career and display skills on a national level. Since then, they have produced many race drivers who have progressed to race internationally. And it seems like Ryden Somerville was not able to get his connection fixed, or his microphone rather fixed. So sadly, this is goodbye already. But be sure we are coming back tomorrow once again at 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time for Race 2 of the Indian eRace Championship presented by the Mumbai Falcons. So on behalf of our director, Saurav Panchbachai, and myself, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in as Muhammad Ibrahim took away the victory here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. With that said, until next time, this is goodbye.
On to the starting grid then for this one. It's going to be a very interesting battle. There is the Dream Mohammed Ibrahim and Sai Sanjay on the front. Hamid Kuzi inside Saran. Naraja on a poor qualifying inside Frisbee. Just back there in 6th place. Oshanko and Raga with Raja. They can top 8 around this place. No Warrior, Samuel, Menaranda, Hamid Doddy and coaching. We share Raj and making up 16 as we get ourselves underway. Racing gather the car back up on circuit. Guy Brittany though in 6th, trying to get through 6th position right now. The right track. This is the prime place to get it done. On the back of the race, down into the top corner and down the inside. That is the black now. Guy Brittany. Back. Black train, right, locked up, goes wide. Up underneath, jams on the brakes, locks the inside front, and feels all momentum moving through to Brookwood's corner, but able to keep this race going the way that he would want to right now. Cy Frisbee knows he needs to stuff back. Saran is making mistakes, and those behind Gonia now is going to be a sifting duck for Kara Kocic, who's going to go to the inside here to try and pick up this move. Raghav Gudaraj not close enough to really capitalise, and on the inside, what can Dini and Gonia do? Defend on the outside, hard to the pit wall, and Frisbee will have to go the long way round to make this one happen. Brilliant defence there by Saeed Saran, using the road, taking the line away from Saeed Frisbee, and ultimately choking him out of the position effectively. And now the Rajan Kumar wants this, he's not going to give up on a 40 either here in terms of this battle to go on through. This one, Mohamed Ibrahim won't mind, he's going to pick up the race victory here and gets his 7th season. It's going to be Sanjay who holds on to second and third. They start right now. Great start from the number 10 at the front of the field, getting exactly what was wanted. DJ, pulls away at the front. You can see them all fanning, looking for gaps as they go towards the brakes of turn 1. Very easy to get this one wrong, and someone's already gone in the background there, about mid-pack, and they start to fall into troubles in the middle of the lane. Someone's gone off there at turn 1 and is able to get it back together again. Oh my goodness me, Janak Manjol has completely T-boned Sid Arsenal. Surely you have to call the safety car for a huge incident like that. Redemption start in 3rd position. He'll want to get as close as possible, but he runs wide into the gravel there on the exit of turn 3. Way too easy to do, and all of a sudden, around the outside goes Amatesh Rao, and into 3rd place then, getting that one. Just like that, going there. That is Devjit Duck falling back into 9th position. Has completely missed his braking point, it seems, at turn 6, and has gone into the grass, trying to bring this one back, catching that on super slow-mo, but now back out back onto circuit and away again. In fact, they go through, they're lucky they, oh no, there it is, bang, hard into the wall, both of them go, both of them out of the race. Just like that, they got spooked by Dushan rejoining onto the circuit. They both had to get in nice and close. There was a bit of contact side pod to front left tyre, and then ultimately trying to take the racing line wasn't clear. Yash Kara and bang into the concrete wall hard. Kara, they go towards turn 5 and then turn 6. It looks like the is taking very narrow lines everywhere and defending every corner. Make the car as wide as possible. Hold on from now to the end. Bearshad doesn't mind that though. We'll look around, surely you feel to get this all working. There is traffic in front, who's in 10th position, but now on the brakes they go. It looks like he has done enough, but Chef's going to go up and under here. Trying to pick it off, no! Contact between them there, and they both go up and over. There, Chef will take the lead, just like that. The contact was there, you felt it was going to happen. He was trying to go up and under. It looked like he wanted to try and cover it off. No, he'd already lost it then, and an innocent bystander was there, Chef. So Chef takes the race lead. Amatesh Rao now up in 2nd. The Nietzsche, it looks like he's without the front wing. And it needs a great run, and he's found it. That was a mistake. Running wide, and Ritesh Rai through the day here for him. He has lost out the podium to one Prasanna Rajan, who has driven a wonderful race here at this moment. Final lap starts then for everybody right now to go on through. They're definitely begging the truck to go through, and that's not ideal. Round goes Prasanna Rajan, who locked up the rears going on through. Suddenly trying to sneak away around. Is that one going to be another place lost here for Prasanna Rajan? The answer is no. That's a lap down Avinash Gupta. Round 6 of your IERC Junior Championship is going to bear Chef without any real worries at all. There is Amatesh Rao, 2nd position in this one. Ritesh Rai will take 3rd place come Here at the wonderful Silverstone circuit here. It's a classic layout. Are we in for a classic race as it starts right now? Raghav Budaraja got an absolutely storming start there off of the front as everyone looks to funnel through. It's already too wide here in the middle as they go in towards Cox for the very first time, and it looks like they're all nicely and clean. That's Mohammed Ibrahim going to Narnia and back, I do believe that is. Then struggling to get it all sorted together. He gets it back, but that would have been a little bit of a scary moment off the start. They're still too wide to go on through. I think that's Cy Prithvi gaining a place there, moving on through, and that's Gopnadia slow. I do believe that is, and that's Prithvi off the circuit, so that's not exactly what's needed. Well, someone's off the circuit at least. Here going on through, and someone's been to the background, bang! Very aggressive start down the hill, through bridge, side by side. Oh no, 3 off. 3 straight off. Prithvi is one of them. And I believe the others who got caught in that were Narajan Kumar, Mr. Consistency, and I believe that's B. Cavan as well getting caught involved. So 3 drivers all running into troubles at the bridge, and a lot of drivers out already. Sai Sanjay, B. Cavan, both out, missing tyres. They'll be taking tows and getting themselves a chance to go back through. 1 lap already being anyway. Raghav Budaraja leads this event, but Mohammed Ibrahim is going to be chasing. The gap is 4 seconds at the moment. At the front, oh no, this was Vijay Raj and someone upside down as well. This is the moment it happened. Goes around there at Luffield, trying to get the car going. Who has run into him at that moment in time? It didn't look good at all. I think it's Swaraj Yadav, it is, who has gone up and over the top of Vishwash Vijay Raj, just about joining cleanly, then through, and this is going to be awkward. There's contact. They go on through. Round goes Medarata, and he will take with him one Sai Saran, who was looking to be far too aggressive through Stowe Corner, and that was always going to end in an accident like that. The back unsettled, no grip left, and bang! Into the side, both Metarata and Saul across the straight, trying to work it out, but it won't matter for Mohammed Ibrahim. He's going the long way round trying to hold this. Has he got enough drive off of the exit? Oh, you bet he has. Mohammed Ibrahim around the outside of Raghav Budaraja to take the race lead away, and that will be the moment where I doubt that he will be caught. Got a nose at the inside, and they'll have to go too wide through Gott. Oh, there's contact. He's bumped him off. Ryden Samravel off into the outskirts then of Gott's corner. Rejoins on circuit and the inside. Oh, that's brave. That was late and brave from Ryden Samravel, and he absolutely nails the move. He does run a little bit too deep though, and this is going to make things a little bit awkward, but the move is comfortably made here, averting for Mohammed Ibrahim. Every time he's won the race on Saturday, he's gone from 12th to win the race on Sunday. It's his 8th win of the season, and Mohammed Ibrahim is romping towards the title. Raghav Budaraja will be happy. It will be 2nd position for him, and Amit Kuti can only manage 3rd. He got held up a lot by Karan Kolchik,